Good morning and welcome to the Social Show. My name is Viwe. I'm here with you for the next 30 minutes and you know what we do at CSI, CSR as well as CSV. Everything and anything that has to do with the corporate social responsibility or investment space. We are the first to break that news. We have a really jam-packed show with you today, including my last MSA Lead interview, which is going to be happening straight after the news that I'm super excited about. It's been a great partnership with Winash, and it's been really amazing for me to just see and to be inspired by these young minds, these young creatives, these young geniuses who are changing the world one day at a time. Remember, if you want to comment or you want to ask anybody any questions on the show, about the show, of the show, please don't be afraid to send me an email at press@social-tv.co.za, or you could actually just go to our Twitter or our Facebook page and just write a little comment. I've been getting a few content messages where people want to talk about their initiatives and want to give me some new conversations to have, and it's very exciting and I can't wait to engage with you guys further on the show. Of course, I cannot start off the day without giving you your news headlines. Launched earlier this month, RICS, the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, is calling on the youth to come up with new ideas to help tackle the most pressing problems affecting cities in Africa and around the world in its Cities for Future challenge. The competition is held in partnership with United Kingdom National Commission for UNESCO and the Association of Commonwealth Universities. Those entering the competition have been asked to propose solutions to issues affecting 24 global cities, including Durban, Lagos, and Nairobi. With a prize of over £50,000 for the global winner, entries will need to provide practical, innovative solutions to address some of these challenges. More information is now available at www.citiesforfuture.com, and all entries are to be made via the competition microsite, which will be open until the 31st of May 2018. Entries will be judged initially in each region in June 2018, resulting in the global shortlist of 10 entries who will be assisted in developing their ideas by RICS mentor. The final judging takes place November 2018. In other news, Haiti has suspended Oxfam GB operations as it investigates claims of sexual misconduct by charity staff after 2010 earthquake. The country's Minister of Planning and External Cooperation said Oxfam made a serious error by failing to inform Haitian authorities of allegations. Eviel Florence said a decision on the charity's right to operate in Haiti would be made in about 2 months. Oxfam says it will improve its global safeguarding policies and practices. In a statement, the charity said its executives met with the government officials in Haiti on Thursday and were committed to cooperating with the investigation. Oxfam added that staff attached to its Italy, Spain, and Quebec branches will continue working on projects in Haiti, but it was anticipated that temporary suspension will have significant impact on their work. And lastly, in our news, qualified in fields such as law, commerce, and IT, the 12 female graduates supported by the South Sea Girl Child Bursary Fund are now all successfully employed. The fund is a financial resource that invests in the tertiary education of disadvantaged young women. South Sea partners with Tomorrow Trust, a non-profit organization that provides each bursary recipient with the necessary support in a holistic manner. That concludes our news for the day.
What? What? What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
What?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
My name is Kwara Kikana and I'm the national spokesperson for BDS South Africa, which stands for Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions. We work full-time on the boycott of Israel in South Africa, raising awareness of Israel's apartheid policies against the Palestinian people. And you're listening to The Social Show.
You're listening to brandlive.co.za.
Imagine that you have $1.25. In the United States, you can have 5 bags of deep cheese and a pretzel. In London, you can have an instant soup. In India, you can have 2 steamed rice cakes. In Ghana, you can have a small box of chicken and rice. While you're imagining the tasty smell of that chicken and rice, 1.3 billion people around the world only have $1.25 to survive per day. They don't have a choice, but you do.
Well, if you've been following the week or basically the social show for the past few weeks, you have probably noticed that I've been speaking to a lot of young entrepreneurs, and this is thanks to Monash South Africa. They've launched MSA Lead, and it's been launched since 2006. And it's a finisher program for young social entrepreneurs between the ages of 16 and 29 years old. And the program is a result of a global partnership between MSA, the International Youth Foundation, and the Laureate International Universities, implemented by MSA. The program identifies and supports young social entrepreneurs across South Africa while strengthening the regional youth social innovation sector as a whole. And in this past, I think 3 weeks, I've been profiling MSA Lead Fellows who have now turned into real social entrepreneurs, and I can't wait to introduce the one that we have on the show today. His name is Kumbewe Liwewe. Such a cool name, and he is a 22-year-old Zambian born founder of Let's Grow Together. LGT Liwewe and his co-founders help uplift students from low-income households to lessen their financial strain in their pursuit of a higher education. And we're going to be speaking to him a little bit about LGT, how it works, how long it's been going on, and what are his plans for the future. We're going to try to get a hold of him. I'm not sure if he's online. Oh, he is. Good morning, Kumbewe.
Morning, Viwe.
Morning. How are you doing today?
Great, thanks, and yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. Sorry for waking you up so early in the morning. Am I saying your name correctly? It's Kumbewe.
Absolutely.
100%. I'm so excited to find out a little bit more about Let's Grow Together. But before we get into that, can we just talk a little bit about your journey, where you grew up, how your history sort of shaped and sort of led you to perhaps to really to being the founder of Let's Grow Together? Can we just have a backstory briefly?
Yes, absolutely. As you mentioned, Viwe, I was born in Zambia, Lusaka, Zambia. But I was raised in Johannesburg, and I think in my early childhood days, my grandfather really played a key role in that development, and he emphasized three important aspects of life for him, and those were education, education, and education. So for us, I think that really set the foundation for even with what we're doing as a business. You know, we really want to empower people to get an education.
I love it. And when did you fall in love with social entrepreneurship? When did you understand? You know, and I know that your grandfather, you said your grandfather played a large part, but when did you sort of get that awareness to say, actually, my work is to help other people?
Yeah. So growing up in the city, I think you're always aware of extreme wealth, and on the other side, extreme poverty. So it's almost impossible to be unaware of it.
Yeah.
So I think from an early childhood, we're always made aware of these things. But in my early days, I really struggled with it because it always felt like something that was external, or something that was, really too big for me to tackle.
Yeah.
And I think it's really in my days at varsity where, we've been sort of empowered, through education in high school, through interactions with friends, family. Where at this stage I felt, now I'm in a position to do something. And that's what the year sort of 2015 sparked, with the Fees Must Fall movement. We got together and said, as the youth, we must do something. This is a problem that we are facing. How do we tackle this problem?
Definitely. A lot of people have been chanting, African problems need to be solved by Africans, and doesn't make sense for us to be looking elsewhere. So I'm really excited to find out more about LGT. Can you talk to us a little bit about the business idea, the model, and the social issue that you are challenging?
Yes. So what we're trying to do is, ease the transition for learners through higher education. We do this by creating employment opportunities currently on the Northwest University's Potchefstroom campus. We started by selling fresh fruit and vegetables to the lecturers. This seems pretty strange when you look at it. We started off as a group of three young 20-something guys. So the first thing that comes to mind isn't selling fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
But we had to look at the resources that were available to us, and the university does grow vegetables on its campus. So we said, in developing a solution, it must be sustainable. And to do that, you need to make sure make use of the resources that you have at your disposal. So that really set the platform for us to grow what we wanted to do. We've continued that. We started last year, and we've continued that into 2018. So we have the students pack boxes of fruits and vegetables and have these delivered throughout the university campus.
Wow.
And through this, we have the community integrated into the project. Because like I said, it feels very difficult as an individual to then tackle a challenge.
Alone.
So
Yeah.
if a student comes to you and says, I'm having trouble with my registration, and you say, okay, what can I do? They tell you the registration is 8,000 Rand or something like that, But if we as a community say, this 8,000 is not one amount, we can break it up into sort of smaller amounts. So by changing an aspect of our lives that we normally undertake, so, every week we buy fruit and vegetables, why not use that avenue to empower the students? So we don't have, this perceived, students just want to get. So this is us, as a student body saying, we're prepared to work for it, but we do need the assistance of the community to sort of buy into the project and assist us through this way.
100%. And when did you decide to get involved with the MSA Lead program?
I actually received the email from Bibi Bowman, who's the Community Engagement Director at the Northwest University.
Yes.
I had a look at the application form, and it was very intimidating. So, but I didn't want to say this to her. So, in my head, we just decided, let's try it. The worst thing that can happen is, you get rejected. But I think 90% of any application is just showing up. Because, I think we present ourselves through our project. And at the end of the day, you have to make yourself vulnerable, in whatever aspect of the working world you're in. If you want to grow, you have to make yourself vulnerable. So, that was a key step for us. So we presented ourselves as a project, and, at the end of the day, the world sort of tells you, if what you're presenting to them is worth their time. So, we really appreciate, the vote of confidence in being selected onto the MSA program. And, it's a lovely program.
Definitely. And there's so many collaborations that you're already having with your, like you said, your immediate community. I wondered then, what kind of other external collaborations in the future do you perhaps want or need that will help you grow your business? Where do you see it going? What is your long-term plan?
Yes. The universities play a major role in this because this is a project that we believe can be replicated.
Yes.
On other university campuses. So we would love to see other universities, whether it's the WITS where you studied at, or Tux, UCT, come and say, hey, this is something that we can do. Obviously, we do have by selling products, we do open up the door for students to get involved. So we have a range of coffee that is currently produced by one of the students on the Northwest University campus.
Wow.
And I think on each university we do have such a dynamic group of staff members and students that it creates a platform for them to get their products out there.
Yes.
So we would love to collaborate closer with other universities, students, corporate entities. We're investigating the possibility of going and offering a certain parcel to a car dealership. So we want to sort of just open the door to any corporate entity.
For support. What I love is that I'm seeing a lot of networking happening in the midst of everything else, because people are obviously getting their degrees and there's different skills that are being acquired, and it's just got so many ripple effects that to it. So it's such a really smart way of thinking about it. And lastly, what more can be done in the upcoming year to sort of sustain your business, to make sure that I know you just said now you want to different universities to get to the business going in different places, but what is it about this year that's going to change currently? What actual changes do you have?
Yeah, I think being a part of the MSA Lead program, I think that's allowed us to sort of predict what we want to do, and I think it's helped us organize and structure the business. So as you've mentioned, the importance of networking. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the social component is the most important part of the business. But you know, at the end of the day, the business must make sense. So from our side, you know, we really just want to expand our operation, and you know, really show the university as well as you know the rest of South Africa that this is a project that you can do. You know, the fees must fall, and I think all the negative media that has been brought onto that. We want to show, I think, the other side of what students can do.
Definitely.
And I think we must thank, I think, Bronwyn and her team at MSA, Bronwyn, the lady Brian, you know, the International Youth Foundation, who's played a major role in assisting us with this.
100%. Thank you so much, Kumbewe, for your time, and I wish you all the best for Let's Grow Together. I think it's brilliant, and I really do hope that it grows in the way that you want it to.
Thank you so much, Viwe, and goodbye to all your listeners.
Thank you. That was Kumbewe Liwewe, who's a 22-year-old Zambian-born founder of the Let's Go Together initiative that helps to uplift students from low-income households to lessen their financial strain in their pursuit for higher education. They work by offering students food and essential items at a lower or a similar price to the market price by working in cooperation with various other businesses. Liwewe and his team have gone on to receive enterprise awards from the Northwest University, a double nomination for the Northwest University's Vice Chancellor's Award, and several collaboration requests in the last 3 months. The potential for LGT is massive, and as the growth they promote in this community could lead to job creation, while the use of local products stimulates business in the community. What I love about social entrepreneurs, to be honest, is the fact that they are a little bit more dynamic, and they have more disciplines within their work. You're not just solving one problem. They find ways of solving 3 other problems as they grow. And that was just a refreshing talk to Kumbewe, and I really do wish the best for him. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to just finish off the day with things to remember.
brandlive.co.za.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Brandlive.co.za is thought leadership radio. It's a new way to communicate your brand, your value, and what we think about your industry. Be a leader, be a voice, and we will help you shape your industry. Our radio platform is for thought leaders who want to share insights, businesses who want to create value for their databases, organizations who want to control their message, for those that drive change. Make your brand come alive on brandlive.co.za, harnessing the power of talk radio.
brandlive.co.za.
Disability rights have always been an important political issue in South Africa, but we've seen quite a bit of a change in the past year. I remember 2018 was a very big year where I saw a lot of initiatives from corporates and from NGOs who are really trying to tackle the concept of people that are disabled in the workspace and outside the workspace. And that's what we're going to be talking about, or just trying to instill in you for this session of things to remember. I've got a short clip that we're going to play now, and then we're going to talk straight after it. It's a campaign that was for a disability movement, and we can just have a conversation straight after this.
What? What? What?
What?
What? What?
What?
What?
Hey Sam, how's it going?
John, how funny. I was just telling my sister how inspiring it is to see you out and about. Good for you, man.
What?
People with disabilities don't want to be put on a pedestal. They are just like you and me and should be treated no differently. The disabled community is the 3rd largest market segment in the United States, surpassing Hispanics, African Americans, and Asian Americans. but they are still searching for equality. Special treatment is not needed and is condescending.
Share your what moments. Give your voice. Seek change. For more information about sharing your what moment, visit theawarenesscampaign.com.
What?
That was the awareness campaign with their share your what moment. I know sometimes people, you meet somebody with a disability and a disability that is really difficult for you not to say something about, or you feel like you need to talk about it, you feel like you need to acknowledge it. And I think that there's bigger issues around disability that we need to be discussing beyond your what moment. So for me, I think the thing to remember today, I'm going to give you 5 little things about, disability that I think you can go with and you can think about next time you see someone who may not have any may not have an ability that that kind of you don't know what to say and you don't know how to think about it. I think there are bigger conversations that we can be having, and there are bigger themes around the play. There are bigger things that we need to start looking at within disability. So it's very important that you don't just have some sort of what's going on moment or speak out of place. The first is that education is a factor. Older people who have high school education have twice the rate of disability of people who have a bachelor's degree. So you have to also realize that a lot of disabled people are not well educated. They don't, because of the spaces that they find themselves in, the schools not being able to have the necessary teaching and necessary skills that they need. So I think maybe education is one of the biggest things that I want to leave you with, actually, because I'm just thinking of the time, is that education and just making sure that you understand that beyond the disability that you're seeing, beyond your what moment, there's so much more things that are at play. And maybe that's something we need to start talking about instead of having these moments that are really awkward. But that concludes my show today. It's been quite a hectic week, and I really do hope you have a great Thursday going forward. If you have anything more that you'd like to contribute to this conversation, please don't be afraid to go to www.brandlive.co.za. It's a crazy day. I don't know what's going on. I feel like the stars aren't aligned, but I'll be back again, same time, same place, only on the Social Show tomorrow.
brandlive.co.za.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Brand Live.
No doubt.
Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Yeah. Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.beastdownmedia.co.za.